All right, so this one is from the US Government Printing Office. And some of the things it's talking about: expanded authority to intercept wire, oral, and electronic communications relating to terrorism. Expanded authority to intercept communications relating to computer fraud and abuse. Translator, surveillance of persons who are agents of a foreign power. Authority for seizure of voicemail, interception of computer. This would be monitoring computer, emails, texts, that sort of thing. Nationwide service of search warrants for electronic devices, and that would be tapping phones, tapping computers. Based on this table, which phrase states the most likely goal of this law? To stop identity fraud by criminal organizations. They're really not talking about identity fraud, so I'm going to say no to A. To discover plans of violence against civilian targets. Based on the fact that they mention terrorism and agents of foreign power, let's keep B for a second. To improve communication between computer networks. This is actually not, it doesn't have anything to do with computer networking. And then to end organized theft of copyrighted electronic material. Based on the fact that it's the printing office, I would want to say this, except that we're talking about agents of foreign powers and terrorism. So I'm going to say it is B. If we're monitoring electronic communication, it's probably to find out what people are doing, especially if we're concerned with terrorism and agents of foreign powers. So B, to discover plans of violence against civilian targets. This is not a good question because it's so vague. What is the most likely goal of the law? That doesn't even necessarily mean that it is the goal of the law. So questions like this, just try to eliminate and find the one that makes the most sense. It's not always easy. All right, these excerpts are from a 2011 debate in the US Congress concerning financial reform. And this one is much more in-depth than Elizabeth Warren's. And what we're looking for is something she's not saying. So when we look at the answers, concentrated authority is a threat to freedom. Economies depend on borrowed money. Conflicting authority causes uncertainty. Government oversight is unnecessary. Just reading these 4 answers, 3 of them are about the same thing. Concentrated authority, conflicting authority, government oversight. The only one that doesn't fit is economies depend on borrowed money. And if you go back and read this, she does not talk about economies, borrowed money, or the need to boost the economy. So this one, not a basic assumption. That's that key word right there. What is not in this one is economies depend on borrowed money. So B.